Damn, so no wonder you here so early. But I ain't did shit all day today. Why I tell you, but you did
And
something.
they are killing animals and having fresh meat.
Sound like you got something on your mind, brother.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover.
Because and here's here's what is also a crime, because having that history means that they know what the police do now. They know that the constant stopping, the constant questioning you, the constant where you going, where do you work, the constant that they know that this is the same, and it is a reminder of us that really we're not a part of this place. You know what I mean? It's a reminder to us that no, it's a separation. We might say integration, we might say slavery's over, but the psychological effect is still the same. And on top of it, because there's so much twisted mindset, because so many of us believe that we are free to a degree, when we run into that, encounter it, and like you said, it'll frustrate you after a while, and we respond to it. A lot of times we end up in a coffin by responding to it. And I know growing up in New York City, I tell the story all the time, constantly. It was a multi occasion weekly that you were stopped by the police in question, and people did get frustrated, and incidents happen. So it's amazing the tyranny that was on them. And as I'm looking out this window, if that's where you work, right there, that in itself is such a psychological game. You're in the house, probably you're in the house with 11 people. You get up in the morning, first thing you see is this. And after a while, you start, just like being in prison, you'll start to look forward to getting out of the house and getting into that field and working just to get your day going. You know what I mean? Since that's your only real hope, is to be successful in what it is. We probably became excellent.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence, because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Do that now, whatever. The music or whatever. We're gonna turn these mics up though. You can listen to us talk, right? You know what I mean?
Check.
We live? All right, hold on. We're gonna let me look over, make sure we good. All right. Hey, somebody give us a one in the in the chat box if y'all can hear us clearly, Baba Kushah. Put a 1 in the chat box if y'all can hear us clearly. We're going to start in a second. Y'all hold tight. Go down, do me a favor. You got a pen? I think I have a pen. I need a pen, if you don't mind. Oh, yeah, okay. That's it right there. That's it right here. That's what I'm talking about. If you have any questions about anything, feel free, Baba Kushah, put it in the chat. Any questions before we get started? If you got any questions, put it in the chat. Lord willing, we get to it. The Spirit of Most High in Christ. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. And Lord willing, we'll be able to get to them, Baba Kushah. The water, sis. We good? We're going to rock? You ready to rock? All right, let's get a Lord a hand, man. Clap it up. Shalom. Once again, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Operating up under Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with anyone. Once again, if you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. Contrary to popular belief, you think just because you read some scriptures, you understand what being in the truth is. Just because you may understand some breakdown, just because you think that you're not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, that you in the truth, that you're in the truth. Well, not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is just like breathing. You understand? That's a small. That's a monumental thing to the world. But to live for our King, you understand, and understand who the Most High is, it's going to take a true devotion, a real sacrifice to understand who the Lord is. That sacrifice has come from you not glorifying yourself. That sacrifice has come from you not looking at yourself like you're bigger than life itself because you know not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You understand? You can know all the scriptures and all the breakdowns and all those things are great. You understand? But without this one thing that we know, without this, all the things that you may learn and understand, it's only for you. You know what I'm saying? It makes you very self-absorbed, man. To understand brotherhood and sisterhood is what allows us to really grow. You understand? Like you can know, you hear Christians say it all the time. Christians say, well, I read the Bible front and back at least once a year. But they don't know how to treat each other. You understand? Like you learn the truth, the responsibility is understanding how to treat one another. Like learning what to say out of your mouth and what not to say out of your mouth. And just because you understand that part, don't think it's like a switch you're gonna get like instantly. You know, this is the work that has to take place daily in our lives as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. Because we don't have an identity, we don't know our culture. We've been fighting for everything else in the world. And some of us been really successful at it. You understand? Like that job that you have, you've been really successful at it. Your bank account, you've been really successful at it. That nice house that you have, you've been really successful at it. But those things are about who? They're about yourself. Those things are about yourself. Those things, you remember how you say, give yourself a pat on the back. You remember that? You remember how you say that? You can give yourself a pat on the back, man. Right? But when you talk about real brotherhood, real sisterhood, it involves your brothers and your sisters, the ones you know, the ones you don't know, the ones you like, the ones you dislike. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the oppressor hate us all. Right. He's not looking at how big your house is. Right. He's not looking at what type of car you drive. He's not even concerned about your bank account. But you know what the oppressor looks at day in and day out? They look at how we treat one another. You know what I'm saying? Right. When Black, Hispanic, Native Indians families were together and we was living together, they come up with a plan to say, you know what? We're going to introduce welfare. Okay, sisters, if you want welfare, what's what we're going to have to do? You're going to have to leave that man out of your house if you want to receive welfare. What did they do? They seen us together. They came up with a plan to what? Break us apart. Right. They seen Black, Hispanics, Native Indians coming together in the different Harlems, in the different Seneca Village and Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these things that we were doing, trying to come together. And what the oppressor do? They come up with ways to have us look at each other cross-eyed, or you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what the whole heroin and crack epidemic did to the Black community. Right. Guess what's destroying us now? Well, it's been destroying us, but it's like now it's like the brothers are so engulfed with marijuana, like it's hard for them to even get a job. You understand what I'm saying? They legalize something, right? That ultimately allows you to destroy yourself. That's why it's imperative that we get back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? So once again, if you have any questions, we're going to get to it. I'm a preaching officer, 5,000 Zion. Y'all are coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And tonight's class across the nation is the Brotherhood class. We're going to go into the Brotherhood class. And Lord willing, through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ, we'll be able to sit down and go into these scriptures and understand what it means to be a brother, or what it means to be a sister, and what it means to not follow into the ways of this world. Okay? All right, so y'all bear with me for a second. Let me get everything together. Anybody got any questions? Go down. All right. Let me get this right. Slacky. Kodon, what a drink. Oh yeah, I don't forget about this, Kodon. The Lord Passover. The Lord Passover, man. The Lord Passover, April 1st, man. It's going down. You understand? Right around the corner. Make sure you got your bags packed, your shoes, whatever, prep, whatever you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're absolutely ready to cut a rug, if I may. You understand? It ain't no party like an Israelite party, because the Israelite party don't stop. Huh? Come on, please.
What you're saying is so heavy, especially about how Esau has become so, intelligent on destroying the homes of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I can't help but think of the scripture, if I may, real quick, sir, while you getting that.
Please, go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. It says, no man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. And again, so, it's so heavy, this scripture, even Yahawashi is saying this himself. And it's so true, because that's exactly what you said. Like you said, when it comes to welfare, get rid of the man of the house, get rid of the defense of the house, get rid of the strong man. You're binding that strong man, so you're putting him in these binds and getting rid of him out of the household. Now I can spoil the whole house.
Right.
Now, being that the man is not there, that the woman has children, especially when she has a boy, he'll become a criminal, or he'll become gay. Or he'll have a identity crisis. You understand? They're saying that he's a she. You understand? So this is so heavy what you're saying, because like it says, back in the day, we knew we had strong fathers. You know what I'm saying? Our fathers did not, or uncles. They didn't play that.
They didn't play the radio.
Most High Christ, you couldn't spoil that house because that strong man was in the house. But now Esau, you know what I'm saying, the white society has thought of something so intelligent to destroy Black people, is taking that strong man out of the household. It's a lot.
God. And that's the thing. Everybody know that when you talk about a household that has a routine. You know what I'm saying? Men are well known for having routines. I don't, I'm not trying to cut a sister out. Now, women, our sister have a routine too. They get up, they make dress, iron, whatever they think, take care of their husband, take care of themselves, take care of their body, take care of their children. They have a routine too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But men are known for being like, we won't have a lot of time. And that this is something that we have to think about. Men, like our time, believe it or not, is supposed to be profitable in every sense of the way. Right. Whether you're teaching, whether you're being some kind of provider, some kind of, someone who guides, who provides certain things. All these things, our time have to be profitable in this earth, especially as Black, Hispanic, Native Indian men, right? Because think about this. In this empire, you know what Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men do? Well, primarily the reason why we go to jail is because we're poor. We're poor. That's right. Our Black man life, Hispanic or Native Indian man life, is based on primarily in this empire how much money you can make. Could think about it. Brothers end up going to jail or prison because they're poor, meaning they can't pay their what? Child support. You ever can you imagine that? In this empire, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men go to jail. They'll go to jail because they're poor. And guess what? Nobody feels sorry for them. Right. Nobody's trying to do a prison reform on somebody not paying child support. Matter of fact, this empire doubled down because if you look at some of the shows that they have out now, what do they say? Well, if you're poor, you shouldn't even be dating. Right? And ain't that what they put out in Earth? If you poor, you can't even date. Ain't that something? So me being in a relationship is directly attached to what I can provide to somebody. And if my knowledge not good enough? Is my understanding not good enough? It's just me being a man and understanding what a man is to a family. Is that not good enough? And this empire is not. You understand? They promote this to our sisters, and some sisters take the bait. Hell, some brothers take the bait too. So the brothers take the bait, so they go out here and do all kind of wickedness in the earth. And then when they get jammed up, that woman who they did all these things for, what do they say? They leave, they dip on them. I'll be with you for the rest of my life. Oh well. You're right, brother. That's what happens in this empire. Right. And it's a shame. So that's why the I.S.U.P.K, we teach these classes, man, so our people can actually wake up and see this world for what it really is. You understand? Your Christian pastor, he lied to you so much, he'll have you believing in another God. Your Christian pastor have you believing in the God that says, what do they say? God loves everybody. That ain't the God that's in his Bible. That's not the Most High that's in this Bible, right? So what God is he trying to get you to love? Right? He'll have you thinking like it's a whole nother God to the God that's in this Bible right here, right? Our God, he does love, but there's another part to him as well. You understand? But we have a job to do to fight against this wickedness, man. We have to become whistleblowers. Do anybody know what a whistleblower is? What's a whistleblower? If you're listening online, somebody tell me what a whistleblower is, Baba Kasha. What you got? What you about to say something?
So like I said, if a man a whistleblower like a certain way, like you use like keywords that other people will not pick up on.
Right. Well, not necessarily pick up on. It will be something that is happening, and you're able to what? Expose it. You understand? We have to become whistleblowers to everything in this empire. And because you become a whistleblower, you'll be hated in this empire. You understand? Everybody over here is having a good time because they stealing every damn thing that you can think of. When you become a whistleblower, you go against all that. You know? Say it's almost like you become a what? A snitch.
So, like, if I may, sir,
Please.
this is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary of whistleblower. It says one who reveals something, like a covert, or who informs against another.
Hold tight. Turn that thing on. We about to smoke it out. Good night. Hold on, we're gonna read that. We're gonna read that again. He said one that. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, this thing getting to it, brother. Yeah, hold on. Hello. Yeah. Oh, he ain't got it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, that'll work, brother. Appreciate it. Go on. Thank you. Yeah.
This the Merriam-Webster Dictionary of whistleblowers.
Okay.
It says one who reveals something covert or whom informs against another.
The one who reveals something that's covert.
Right.
You know what's been covert? That the oppressor hates the Lord's chosen people, man. See, your Christian pastor have been telling you that guess what? God is all love. And the oppressor is not a real thing, and the devil is something that's underground that has a pitchfork and a tail with horns. He's been telling us that that YAHANNA was an oppressor. He's been telling you that guess what? You're an African American. These are all covert operations that does not allow you to get closer to your Lord. You understand? To your God. These covert operations that the oppressor has allows you to get closer to him. Y'all, did y'all catch that? Hello. Huh? These covert operations does not allow you to get closer to the Most High. These covert operations allow you to get closer to the oppressor. Because what do you begin to do when you look at, Caesar Borgia as being Jesus Christ or Yahweh? He becomes your God. So instantly in the human psyche, guess what you do? We call it guilty by association. Right. So if we look at our king, our savior as being an oppressor, guess what you would do? You look at all the other people that walk by that image that looks like him as being what? Yeah, he's your king. Well, because we are whistleblowers in I.S.U.P.K, you understand? We're telling you that guess what? This liar, this deceiver, you know what I'm saying? What we say about Caesar Borgia? Give me the rundown on it. He's the what? Second of Rome. Yeah. He's a murderer. He's a liar. He believed in incest. So, yes, he's sleeping with his sister Lucretia. All these things are, guess what? Now that we know that, we're blowing the lid off that covert operation, huh? You know what I'm saying? We're blowing the lid off of it. And because we're blowing the lid off of it, they hate us. That's that whole thing. You should be hated for what? My namesake. Ain't that what it say? So you tell the truth, you shame the devil. You did. So we have to become like whistleblowers, man. Because guess what? If we don't become whistleblowers, what'll happen? Esau kingdom? Like in his mind, because we keep perpetuating this thing, in his mind, this kingdom is never going to end. Right? It's never going to end. But when you become whistleblower and you start calling the white man the devil that the Bible speaks of, then guess what? You get some understanding about what it is you're dealing with. You start understanding what the covert operation is. You begin to wake up to see who you are. You wake up and you start understanding, like, wait a minute. I knew I wasn't supposed to be celebrating no Christmas. I always felt funny about Thanksgiving. I always knew there was something different about the 4th of July. And you guess what else you realize too? We should be treating each other better, man. You understand? We should be acting like, wait a minute, why am I so harsh with my brother? Why am I so harsh with my sister? Yeah, we may have a little back and forth. Ain't that that's good sport every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But not to the point where we pulling guns on one another. When they talk about running down on them, they're not talking about the oppressor. They're talking about a nigga who looks just like them. You understand? When you talk about the strip club, you're not talking about Flat Cakes Patty. You're not. You talking about Big Booty Judy. That's who you talking about. You're not talking about the oppressor. You're talking about your sister, man. That's what a strip club is, ain't it, Cole? You're talking about your family. You see why we had to tear down these strongholds? We have to expose the covert operation. You understand? You know, so we keep dealing with this oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to make the Bible a lie. You understand? You dealing with somebody who wants to turn the Bible into a lie. How do we know this? Baba Kashaw. How do we know this? How do we know that the oppressor is trying to turn the Bible into a lie?
So like if I may, sir, it's like he's trying to turn it into a lie because, again, it's like once we, figure out the truth of the Bible, it actually changes our lives.
Right.
So now we don't have to depend on him with his economics and everything like that. We can depend on each other and lean on our brother and lean on our sister.
Let me ask you a question. You want it? What happens when you change your life?
So like I said, when you change your life, it's like going back to it, all these whistleblowers. You understand? Now I know that God does not love everybody.
But why are we? Come on, Kawhi, so I can see if you got it.
Like when you change your life, you start to hate the things that you used to do, right. And how we know that because through the mouths of the pastors, they're lying about the Bible.
Both of y'all are on it. Now tell me what's the positive part about? Those are all the things that we wake up and see. You understand? But what's the positive part about changing your life? Like once you understand who you are and what you're supposed to be doing with your life, what happens?
So like I said, if I may, once I change my life, things around me change. And I can show the people that I've changed my life and now they can change as well.
And you get a return on your investment, or you're understanding that you get a what? You doing this work is for what?
A reward.
A reward, man. You understand? Without understanding this and understanding that the oppressor is trying to turn the Bible into a lie, he wants the reward. You understand? With him having us believe in the lie, guess who gets the reward? He does. That's right. He's the so-called Jew. He's the cream of the crop. We're the Gentiles, Kawal. The greatest man that walked the earth, according to him in his lies, is the oppressor. Right. He gets the reward. That's right. But when you understand who you are and you open up these scriptures and you understand brotherhood, you get the reward. You understand? We get the reward. You know what I'm saying? And that's why his job is to turn the Bible into a lie, because he wants the reward. He lied on Jacob way back then, right? Because why? He wanted the reward. He wanted what? The inheritance, right? So he was willing to do anything for it. But it also showed he was willing to do whatever that he wanted to ignore the inheritance, huh? You can't have it both ways, huh? Either you're going to be for the Lord and get his reward and your inheritance by doing it his way, or you can be like Esau. Just become a greedy bastard. Right. Go after your own stomach. Like whatever makes you feel good. You understand? And guess what? Because we are exposing what's the word again? the covert operations, right? Well, like believe it or not, we're standing in a brother's way from masturbating, if I may. You understand? From getting his rocks off. You tell somebody the truth, I'm standing in the way of you getting an orgasm. You get what I'm saying? That because I'm telling you, hey, brother, hey, don't sleep with that man's wife. While the oppressor is trying to turn the Bible into a lie. So guess what? So you can do and feel whatever that you want to feel, man. By teaching you what's contrary to the Bible, right? Let's start with the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21, Baba Kashaw. We with us not knowing our culture and where we come from, man, we are people that are what? In the dark. Right. We don't have no understanding about a lot of things without knowing what the truth is in this earth. That's why it's so important that we become whistleblowers and expose all these covert operations. I don't know why that word don't want to come out, go on. Covert. You know what I'm saying? Right. It don't want to come out. You know why the oppressor doesn't want any of this stuff to come out? Because he wants us all to look at him as being a God, man. You understand? He want us, every time something come out, he want us to constantly be going down this rabbit hole of lies. Imhotep, Scientology, Christianity, Buddhism. You know, all these religions of the earth has nothing to do with the Lord. The religion of the earth has to do with the oppressor. Had to do with Shaitan in the earth. Has nothing to do with the Lord, man. All right. So we're going to start with Romans 1 and 21.
Khan, it's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21.
Hold on, let me get that with you. I know you, brother, you ready to roll. Lock, cock, ready to rock. Right. All right. You got any questions, anything like that? Go we good? All right. Hold tight. Let me get that with you, Kodon. 1 and 21. All right, go ahead.
Khan, it's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21.
Please.
Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
And that foolish heart was what?
Darkened.
We want to break that down. Let's see what we got. Y'all understand? Like when we knew the Most High, we didn't respect him, man. we didn't respect the Lord, man. We didn't respect the Most High. Soon as we came up out of Egypt, what they began to say? Let's go back to the flesh pots. You understand? Moses, did you bring us out here to die? Soon as Moses came down out the mountain, guess what we were doing? We was melting gold. Give me your earring. Let's take your earrings off. We didn't respect the Lord, man. Right. Read that verse again.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21. Because that when they knew God,
when we knew the Lord, we seen what the Most High did in Egypt. Right. We seen what he did to part the Red Sea. Right. We knew as a people, we was in captivity up under the Egyptians. Right. These are the things that we knew about ourselves. You understand? We knew that. So we seen the plagues and we heard the prophecies that Moses was laying out in Egypt. You know what they were saying? The God of who? Israel. Right. That's what they were saying, right? Well, that's the God of our forefathers. Huh? Read that again.
Because that when they knew God,
because when we knew God, go ahead,
they glorified him not as God.
They didn't glorify him as God. They did not. And what happens when you don't glorify your power for the work that for the power that he is? Guess what you'll begin to do? Read on.
Neither were thankful.
You won't be thankful.
Right.
Huh? See, the reason why brotherhood is so imperative, like you got to understand that your brother is what the Lord gave you for a brother. You understand? And because he is your brother, you better learn how to be what? Thankful. The sister that you have, she may not be like the sister that you want to have, the son or the daughter that you want to have. But guess what? You better be what, Quadon?
Thankful.
You should be thankful. Hey, shalom, sis. Yeah. You understand? But you won't do that because what? You'll start thinking about some other God. You won't regard the Most High as a God that he is. Right. So you're not even thankful for him, and you damn sure not gonna love your brother or your sister, man. You understand? Right. It goes hand in hand, right? Read on.
Come. Neither were thankful, but
You did what?
But
there you go. That's my word right there.
What's that?
Hey, it's like it says we're in Romans 1 and 21. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21. Come on, Quadon.
But became vain in their imaginations.
You became vain in your imaginations. You already had a God, but you weren't thankful for him. So guess what you began to do?
Like you say, you want to build your own God.
Yeah, you want to build and create your own God. Right. You get, this is the word I like to use. They call it canoodling. You ever heard that word before? You heard the word canoodling, sis? Yeah, canoodle. I mean, you begin to think. Yeah, you get that little brain up that start turning. You start canoodling. That canoodle start working, and because that canoodle start working, you stop relying on your power. Right. You stop relying on God, and you start relying on who? Your oppressor. That's right. And because you start relying on your oppressor, you stop loving your brother. Because all these technological advancements, right? All this technology says, you know what? We don't need God. Right. That's the oppressor. We don't need God. We can do what we want to do. I can make what I want to make. That's the oppressor. That's right. The oppressor is trying to figure out ways how to create life. They done dived into the gene pool, learn how to manipulate genes and give a baby blue eyes. And guess what we begin to do because we see the oppressor do it. May see in one time this one huge story that comes out. Everybody knows about it. Oh, the baby came out with green and purple eyes. They was able to tap into the gene pool and all this. Guess what you begin to do? I need to see how to make my baby come out with blue eyes. Huh? You stop relying on the Most High as being God. You stop being thankful, and you started using what? Your own imagination. Right. Your vain imagination. What does the word vain mean? What does that mean? Is that what the scriptures say, Quadon? It says vain, right?
Come, vain in their imaginations.
Vain in their imaginations, right? What is that? What does it mean to be vain, Baba Kashaw?
So like it, sir, it means nothing.
Right. While you think that the oppressor is moving forward, he's actually moving backwards. Right. While you think he's giving you a gift to really help you, we're really moving backwards. The plan of separating the fathers out of the home so you can get welfare was a plan for you to what? Move backwards. You understand? All these Christian pastors and the thing that all this what would you call it? Prosperity teaching and doctrine. We thought it was a way forward. But who the only person that really got rich out of this prosperity doctrine? The pastor. Because in your mind, the more I give, the more God gonna bless me. Right. And those blessings that you wanted came from where? Your vain imagination. Right. The blessing that you wanted wasn't about your brother. You understand? Them blessings that you wanted wasn't about your sister. It was about what you wanted. Ain't that something? That's what the oppressor does. He lays these traps out for us. And because our people don't know that he's an oppressor, he's the colonizer, he's the liar, he's the deceiver, he's the murderer. You understand? Because our people are oblivious to who he really is outside of when he shows us his real colors. We do whatever that he says do. We think it's profitable until he pull that mask off. And then you start seeing, what's his name, Derek Chauvin. You start really hearing about the history of this empire.
Right.
The things that they did to your forefathers. Reason why they want to get rid of critical race theory. You understand? Abolish all these things that would allow black people to understand the history of this empire. And they always say, let's just move forward so we can heal. Who really need to heal, Kawal? We need to goddamn heal.
Right.
He's healing. He's on the Swiss Alps right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's healed. And we make him whole every single day because we do what he's tell us we could do. We live, our imagination matches his imagination.
Right.
That car you got, or that Audi A8 that you want, guess who you seen driving it first? Huh? That White House with the picket fence and all that nice stuff. Guess who you seen having that nice house first? That nice manicured grass. Your granddaddy didn't have no goddamn grass. Huh? He had dirt in his yard, Quadon.
Right.
But now you see what they call the little squares. What'd you call that? Yeah, you got these nice sod homes. Well, my yard looked just like, yeah. That Porsche 911. Who you seen driving that Porsche 911 first? Our imagination can't look like the oppressor's imagination. Right. Our imagination has to benefit your people. It has to benefit your brother. Your imagination got to benefit your sister. My imagination got to be like 4 wives with 20 kids. And they all standing toe in the line with saying, "Con out of one con to me." That's glorious imagination, Qual. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising up a nation. A sister saying, "I want to be by my husband and help him raise these children. I want to be covered by my husband." You understand? I want to have a head that I call my husband. That's glorious. Not a what you call they don't call them quickies. What they call them now, Kawal? Sneaky link. That's your vain imagination. Yeah, your entanglements, more or less, right? Some hit it and quit it, something real quick. That's what you're desiring, real quick. That's your imagination. That's not what the Lord wants. The oppressor is pleased with that. You understand? They don't have no problem with you becoming a sneaky link. They're like, yeah, go ahead and do your thing. And y'all seen Sierra in the dress that she wore now, right? The oppressor, you wonder why there's so many pictures out on the internet. Now, this is the thing. I understand how promotion works and how this world works. The more outlandish things you do in this earth, the more propaganda, the more attention you receive, right? But as a husband, when you want to shield your wife from some of that, baby, you got a phenomenal body. I love everything. I love every curve about you. I think you're a phenomenal woman, but you're a mother. Let's have some shame. Let's have some dignity. Let's have some pride. You see Russell Wilson look like, and I'm trying to figure out what part of you would allow your wife. No, not part of you. What part of your what? What part of your imagination would allow you to allow your wife to come out looking like that? Come on, Kawal.
That's crazy because, seeing that picture of Sierra just with no clothes on pretty much. And the pictures of them in church. He's on his knees, she's hallelujahing, and they claim to be Christians. He recently just went to a prison or something that had some Negro in jail singing solo. They all crying. This pretty much sad because everybody wants to know, girl, what prayer did you pray to get Russell Wilson? He's such a great guy, but Russell Wilson does not love her.
Right.
Because true love is correction.
Right.
There's no way I would let my daughter go outside like that because I love my daughter. I don't want her even, being looked at or preyed upon in such manner. I want her to respect herself and also give glory to God. they pray in church and cry and all this stuff, but he won't even love his wife enough to tell her to cover up.
Watch
It's
this.
ridiculous.
Right. Read on, Quadon. Finish reading that. Watch this.
Come. But became vain in their imagination.
See, Russell Wilson got all these things in his imagination. Sierra has all these things in their imagination. Your baby daddy got all these things in their imagination. That whore that you like so much, she got some things in their imagination, right? Read on.
Come. And their foolish heart was darkened.
And their foolish heart was darkened. What are they darkened by? Pain, hurt, lies, oppression. See what I'm saying? Y'all get that, right? And all this came about, why? Because you didn't glorify him. The God that you knew, you didn't glorify him. You didn't glorify him and you weren't thankful for him. And because of that, you came up with all your imaginations. You came up with all the vain imaginations, Salakia. And that vain imagination allows you to be where? In the darkness. Right. You wonder why it's so hard for us to love each other? Because so many of us are chasing after our own vain imaginations. So many of us are chasing after our own wants and needs and not considering how to become better brothers, how to become better sisters. It's not magic. This is a full-time job, Quadon, Kawal. As a brother, you gotta know, like, I shouldn't have said that. Salakia. I shouldn't have done that. Let me correct myself. And guess what happened? Over a period of time, it'll become redundant. It'll become first nature instead of shaking off the ways of this world. And it's hard to fight it because you're looking at Sierra and Russell Wilson being the cream of the crop. You're thinking, you know what? I need to pray the prayer that Sierra prayed to get a Russell Wilson. Right. That means you're going to walk around and dress like Sierra as well? Oh, do you want a man that's going to tell you to cover your funky behind? Most sisters, believe it or not, they like when you talk to them like that. Woman, put some damn clothes on. Believe it or not, in their mind, like, oh, he cared. Yeah, he cared. Yes, we do. Because when somebody call you a bitch, you be looking at me, he called me a bitch. Now, I'm not saying the sister deserved to be called out her name because of what she has on. Right? I'm not saying that at all. You should never, disrespect anyone. You shouldn't call anybody anything. You know what I'm saying? But the scripture says what? A shameless woman shall be counted as a what? A dog. Pull that for me, Baba Kushaw. Who got that? A shameless woman. What is that? And like I said, anybody got any questions or anything like that online? We good? Okay, Most High Christ. The water.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 25.
Go ahead.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
What does it mean to have some shame? You know, sis, what does it mean to have some shame? Yeah, you care about how you see. Like I have a daughter. You understand? I have a daughter, and I remember her as a child, and she still has this thing about her today, and I love it. You understand? If she would get out of the tub or something, I'd be like, "Oh, baby, cover her up," and she'd be like, "Okay," say, "Okay," It's like that's my daughter. Do you understand? And as she began to mature and grow up, right? Even if her mother walked into the bathroom, guess what she would do? She'll close the bathroom door. She would still cover up. You know what I'm saying? She would still have that shame. You understand? All little girls and all women should have that their entire lives until they get their husband. You understand? And with their husbands, they should, no, I'm not going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing with boys. A boy should be like, he shouldn't walk around with his, in a wife beater, top off and no pants on. You know what I'm saying? Boys walk around, yeah. But sisters, you can't walk around like that. You got to have some shame about yourself. Somebody walk in, you should be able to cover up. You look at the strip club nowadays, how they show them on YouTube. They in there walking around in the nude. And then have the nerve to want to pray before they go out and hit the pole. Lord, don't let this pole fall on me tonight while I slide up and down this pole, Lord. And then would they be praying for Kodam? Lord, don't let me be like that girl that fell from King of Diamonds from the top all the way down to the ceiling and broke her pelvis. Just pray for her. Should have prayed for her before she got there. You understand? You have to protect them before they get to the point where they're on pins and needles and asking the Lord to protect them. It's our job to teach them before they get there. You understand? Have that shame as a little girl. Read that verse again.
Khan, it's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 21.
The shameless woman.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman.
A shameless. We know what shame is, sister, right? But this says a shameless, meaning what? What does it mean? What does it mean to have something that's less? To take away, right? So the shame that you would have is taken away. Shameless, right? Read on.
Shall be counted as a dog.
As a what?
As a dog.
As a prized possession.
As a dog.
As a jewel.
As a dog.
As my pride and my joy.
As a dog.
Huh? Should be counted as a dog. Now, I'm gonna do this. What is a female dog? Hold on. Somebody know what's a female dog? What is a female call? Female dog call. You ready to answer this? Come on, sis. What's a female dog? A B-I-B-I. I'm not even gonna say it. Try to keep it light, okay? But Sierra, you're exemplifying traits of a what? Yes. We know the truth. We are whistleblowers, and we are exposing the covert operation of the oppressor. So we see straight through the thing that they're trying to put down in the earth. We see it. We understand what's going on. That thing be doing that. I don't know what that thing be doing. No. Most High Christ. Oh, okay. My sister said a shameless woman. Matter of fact, got a young man just came in. Most High Christ. So a shameless woman should be counted as a what?
A dog.
And a female dog is a what?
Say it out of one.
Oh, what? Ask the young man. What's a female dog called? I mean, look in the dictionary. Look it up. What's the female dog called?
They refer to it as a bitch.
Right. So what does it mean to be shameless then? So we understand what a female dog is, but what does it mean to be shameless?
So like it, sir, she's
No. Yeah. You know what it means to be shameless?
Not having any shame.
True. Right. Not having any shame. Not being reserved. Not understanding that you are being watched. Not understanding that, guess what? You have a responsibility, right?
Con.
And we seen that picture of Russell Wilson and Sierra. And in my mind, the only thing I can think of is, damn, this brother is dealing with all type of moral struggles right now. Because every man, I don't give a damn what's going on in your mind. Now I understand sisters like to wear bathing suits, right? You say, oh, even in a bathing suit, you're wearing bra and panties. Huh? I don't give a damn what they told you. All right. Yeah, it's still bra. It's a bra and panty set. Believe it or not. And the world said you're perfectly fine. Put on some clothes. That's what the oppressor wears. You understand? That's what living amongst animals do to you. They corrupt your moral state, man. And just like I said earlier, the oppressor will have you believing in a God that's not even a God. He'll turn everything that he thinks that is right in his mind, he'll turn it into you. Have you thinking that it's right. And in doing that, guess what you'll do? You'll begin to hate your brother. You'll begin to hate your sister by saying, baby girl, go on, put on whatever you want to put on. Not in my house. Good, cover your funky ass and put some clothes on. You will not. Ridiculous. Come on, Kudon. 1:22, Bible Kushaw.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22.
Go ahead.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Professing themselves to become wise, they became fools. How did they become fools? How did they become fools?
So, like you, sir, if I may, using the Christian church, the pastor seems to be, if you would not know anything about the Bible, he seemed like a very wise brother when it comes to this Bible.
Right.
But he's a damn fool because now he got to come up against the I.S.U.P.K that tells him everything he said is a damn lie.
Right. Give him a hand. You understand? The oppressor will have you believing in the metaverse. Right. Here, you see people that actually get into arguments about what they post on Facebook. You ever seen that? You post this on me on my Facebook. I'm mad. You go to now you writing a long damn paragraph about something that somebody said in the goddamn metaverse. The oppressor will have you thinking that AI is real. What AI stands for, young man Lamont? What is AI? What is AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. What does the word artificial mean, Bible Kushaw? Am I saying that word right? I'll just slow it down. I'm a country. I'm country as hell. Is it artificial? Artificial? What is it? How you say it, girl? Artificial. 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 What does the word artificial mean?
The word artificial is made or produced by human beings.
By who?
By human beings.
I thought AI is smarter than humans. Huh? Ain't that what they tell us? Yeah. How is AI smarter than humans, but it comes from humans? Maybe a little faster. That does not come from human beings. Read on.
Made or produced by human beings rather than occurring naturally.
Rather than occurring what?
Naturally.
Rather than occurring naturally. That's how you become fools. Just like the Christian pastor is another form of AI. He's artificial intelligence. He's a dummy. He's a fool. Because what he'll tell you that Mary was what? Immaculately what? Impregnated. That's artificial intelligence. You dumb as hell. That is not how that works, as it says. When you have a baby, you do it how? Naturally. You know what I'm saying? It's not artificially done. You deal what I'm saying? It's not artificially done, all right? Read that verse again.
Romans chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
They became fools. This is how. Read on.
Verse 23. And changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
Oh my goodness. That's the oppressor. That's the oppressor. So what they're saying is something that artificial does not come from the Lord. It's something that comes from who?
Man.
Man. And because it comes from man, guess what? Oh my goodness. It can be flawed. Read verse 23 again.
And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into
hold on. They changed. You see what they did, right? They changed what?
The glory of the uncorruptible God into an image.
You know, the real God of the Bible, he's uncorruptible. He's not bending to whatever you want to do. He's not changing to whatever you decide to do. He the same. He's always been the same, Kawhi. He said he changed what? Not. So what makes you think whatever you got going on with your artificial intelligence that the Lord is going to change? Read that verse again.
And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
Right, to corruptible man. You know why the oppressor is doing this? The oppressor is doing this because he does not want you to believe in God, man. I don't know what else. I don't know what it. If you were to break it down, just the white man don't want you to believe in God. You understand what I'm saying? He wants you to come to church, saying glory, go do whatever you want to do, because he wants you to believe in what? Artificial intelligence. He wants you to believe in him. He wants you to think that he's God. You understand? And by doing so, come on, sis.
Why do we flip back and forth why does he change the time? What's the purpose of it from daylight savings time to I just thought about that as you were saying that. What is the purpose of the time change?
So niggas can stay in the fields longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Okay.
Yeah. In his world, everything is artificial. In his mind, he's to come up with all these imaginative things in his mind all the damn time. And it's built on greed. And it's built on him being God. It's not built on something that's natural. You understand? He want to take the woman that is made natural and how a woman gives birth and put a baby in a little bottle. Huh? You have women that what they call it, artificial insemination now, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that what they call it? Artificial insemination? And what it IV? Yeah. Come on, sis. What you mean? Nah, I think that Salaki, you got to get counsel on it. I don't think it's not lawful, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it is, because it's just a woman egg, right, being preserved, and then they taking the male sperm and mating it together, right? Come on, sir. Right.
Yeah, it's typically if a woman is having fertility issues. So they would take her egg and fertilize it through like an incubator or something like that.
Let me ask you a question. When did all these issues with women's bodies begin to happen? Anybody ever done that? My grandmother had 12 kids, and I don't think none of them were artificially inseminated. When did our sisters and brothers with ED, you understand? Erectile dysfunction and all these disorders that we're beginning to have as a people, where did all this stuff coming from? It leads me to one thing that I think about all the time. A lot of our people are really sick and don't know it. You understand? If we're affected by stress, we're affected by depression, we're affected by anxiety. You understand? We're affected by pain, hurt, confusion. Just not knowing who you are is enough to be like, what am I doing with my life? You ever get to that point before you come into the truth and like, what is this? What is life? You understand? Like, what all this mean? Without understanding that, you'll take your penis and stick it in a hole. You understand? Because you don't want something that feel good. You understand? A sister if life without the truth is the constant pursuit of pleasure, you understand? Whatever that feels good, whatever that tastes good, Whatever that sounds good. You understand? Shoot him up, gangster. Without the truth, you like, man, I mean, I'll bump that, but I don't know. We can't listen to that all the time. You sit in a Christian church and cry, rain down. It's all about feelings. You're looking for the next thing. You understand? Without the truth, we all thinking that the suffering that's on this earth is toward. Because we think to get the glory, Kawal, guess what? We gotta die. We gotta get the pie in the sky, not knowing that we say a prayer that say, thy kingdom what? You see that? And because we get tricked all the time, we don't understand what brotherhood is. Because we get tricked all the time, we don't understand what sisterhood is. All of us have been sick. We've been affected by this oppressor and his what? Vain imaginations. And we're in darkness. And that's you. That's what they say. It's barbecue in there. So when we talk about those things that are affecting our brothers and our sisters, it's just the world. My sisters come in here, man, and they every time I see Commander General Hunter, Jim behind me, he holding another baby somewhere. That don't mean you won't go through something. You understand? That don't mean like whatever that you're dealing with doesn't mean that it can't change. You understand? It can change. But everybody has a story. Tell your story about this truth and how you change your life, because that's what matters. You understand? And maybe the Lord will give you what it is you're actually seeking after. But you got to get out of your head like, yeah, I can't wait to get this and I can't wait to get it. It ain't about you. What does God want you to do? You chasing after your own imaginations and all the things that you're concerned with. What does he want? You ever you don't even consider that, Kawal, when you're in the world. You wake up every morning like, yep, gotta go to the job, brushing my teeth. I gotta get this Colgate. Yeah, hunt the hole and get out the way, I'm late. It's all about what you want. Not knowing that the Lord could be slowing you down. Not knowing that the Lord could have hid your toothpaste so you went in that accident. You thinking about what it is you want. That brother that you could have, that brotherhood that you could have with this brother, you're stopping it. You're stopping it. The sisterhood that you could have, you're stopping it. Because you're going after your own vain imaginations and you're in the dark about what this truth is. Read that verse again, young man Lamont.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
Oh, to made the image like corruptible man. And you know why they do that? Because if the pastor can do something wrong, guess what that means? I can do something wrong too. It's an scapegoat. They want us all believing in computers, thinking about whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying, whatever that you think is right, thinking there ain't no God. Read on.
And to birds and four-footed beasts and creepy things.
What does that mean? What does that mean? You want to take a shot at it, young man?
Con. Even the animals have been corrupted by man.
That's true, but what else?
Change the glory of God's creation to corruption.
What do you mean?
So as far as the animals, the birds, the beasts.
Now the animals that the Lord made are what, sis? They're natural. But what is the oppressor imagining in his mind? What are the animals that are similar to the things that he's creating? The drones. Y'all seen them drones? What the drones? What are they making these drones for? To sit high and look low, huh? To see everything that you're doing. Become just like a god. To see what's going on in his artificial mind. You know what else they got too? Y'all probably have seen it. Y'all seen them police dogs? Huh? If a brother shoot one of them police dogs, like the regular, I'm talking about like a regular barking dog, right? They give him about 20 years, ain't it, Kowal? What? How many years you think they're gonna give you if you mess around and knock one of them robot dogs over? The dog walk up to you, and the police, the robot dog. I'm giving you a citation, like RoboCop, right? Citation for parking violations. You be like, shut up. You ain't a real dog. You kick the dog, psh, gonna spit out a ticket owed $5 million. You be like, damn, I just kicked the dog. Huh? That's the oppressor. That's who we dealing with. That's what's coming. While we enjoying all this FaceTime, oh yeah, hey, how y'all doing? You don't understand that the oppressor is actually separating you from your family. That time when you would literally get in your car and drive a couple hours to see your cousin, you don't do that no more. You rely on the white man's technology. I remember when the phones went down in Fayetteville for a day, boy. I'll tell you, that's a good night, boy. I told my real, I said, we need to get walkie-talkies. Ecuador, I ain't playing Ecuador. All right, shh. Come in, shalom, Lord of Christ. Over. This ain't gonna always be here for us as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. We have to learn how to depend on each other, not the oppressive technology. You understand? That Facebook ain't gonna always be on there. A couple years ago, it was what, MySpace, Kowal? MySpace is gone. Facebook ain't gonna, I mean, Facebook was really hot. Now it's not even, now they're coming up with different ways to get you involved into it. Now they're coming up with stories. Now you got what, reels. Now you have shorts. You see what I'm saying? Because the oppressor is seeing like, I'm gonna keep creating something for your what? Vain imagination. I'm gonna keep creating it because this is what you all wanted. So I'm gonna become your God to give you what it is you want. It's gonna be artificial. You don't want the natural God that's in this Bible. You, just like I said, the Christian pastor lies to us so much, he's having us believing in a God that's not even in this Bible. As to why they say God loves everybody. That's not the God of this Bible. You understand? They have you thinking that, guess what? You don't need him. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Independent, huh? Okay. Keep believing in the artificial stuff you want to. We have to get back to what actually works, and that's being together. Brothers and sisters, right? Don't fall for the trick of the world, man. There's plenty of tricks out there. Where we at? We at 23?
God.
Read verse 23 again.
We're in the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 23.
Go ahead.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
Right. So image, the Lord that we serve, he's uncorruptible, man. What the Christians say, the Lord don't make no mistake, right? Why you take Johnny? Huh? I thought you said you don't make no mistakes, go on. Jim behind me used to say this, if Christians really wanted to go to heaven, they should have, why even put on the mask? You know what I'm saying? If Christians really wanted to die and go to heaven, right? If they knew the COVID-19, Salaki, that it was unaliving people, am I saying that right? If they knew they was unaliving people, why they just didn't take the mask off? They lying. It's all a damn lie. Because they don't know, because we've been living in darkness. You're chasing after your imaginations. All right. Read verse 24.
Verse 24.
Salaki, did you finish reading 23? Go ahead and finish reading 23, Salaki. I didn't mean to cut you off. Salaki, brother.
And the birds and four-footed beasts and creepy things.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Since you want to go ahead, you want to go ahead and destroy yourself, I guess you might as well go ahead then. Read on.
Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature, more than the creator.
Listen, they changing the things that are natural into the things that are artificial. You understand? And you got to know this as a people. When you're dealing with the oppressor, everybody know this. Don't no good, what they say, don't no good fruit come from a bad tree. Bad fruit can only bring forth what? A bad tree can only bring forth what?
Bad fruit.
Right. I was saying that wrong. Go down. Yeah. Everybody know that. So all the things that the oppressor is imagining to try to make himself like a God, as God, to deceive us, to get us to pile on, you know it's corruptible, right? So you know the only thing what's going to happen in the end, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. You, as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, you know what's not going to fail? Your brotherhood. Your sisterhood. You have to actively practice that. It ain't going to come because, hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to happen. You gotta spend some time in the trenches with a brother to see what's really going on with that brother. And that's why the I.S.U.P.K is so strong. Because the time that we spend together in those trenches, we really understand. We see what a brother's made out of. That wind be whipping out there sometime, young man Lamont. I seen him out of he was like, damn. I was like, damn right. I'm looking at him, Kudam. I'm looking at him right in his face and say, Most High Christ. We going to war or not? Can I take him in the battle or not? Sister, can I take you in the battle? And I don't mean the battle like the wars we fighting, but there are some battles that our brothers that's fighting that he's gonna need a sister to be like, I got you. You understand what I'm saying? I got you. I got you, baby. That's all the brother really wants. Some of the time, shit, Salakia. Trying to go through all that. I gotta go out here and fight this war out here and come and fight a whole nother war in my damn house. Who wants to do that? You don't want to fight me all the damn time. Cause I come ready here nowadays. Hey, trust me. But that's not what this should be. Because we all understand who's the real problem in the earth. You understand? All right, drop that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3:16, Bible Kusha. Everybody toward. Y'all heard about the Passover? Okay, I'll just make sure. Yeah, make sure we heard about the Passover. 1 Corinthians 3:16.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
The Most High made you for his purpose. You understand? The Most High made you for his purpose. You understand? The Lord made us for his purpose, Kawal. But you know who the oppressor is? The oppressor is a rapist. The Most High is a gentleman. You understand? Sisters, y'all know that I'm using this analogy to see if the sisters catch up on it, right? The oppressor is a rapist. The Most High is a gentleman, right? What is a rapist? Why is he even called a rapist? Come on. He takes by force, right? He takes what he wants. That's the oppressor. He's the rapist in spirit. You understand? He take what he wants. The Most High is a gentleman. What does a gentleman want you to do? He wants you. Thank you. Give her a hand. Look. You cut it out, sis. The Lord wants you to choose him. You understand? The Lord say he wants you to be like, law, statutes, and commandments, I'm with that. Brotherhood, I'm with that. Sisterhood, I'm with that. Passover, I'm with that. Feast of unleavened bread, I'm with that. Oppressor says, give me that. Take this. Take that. I want your children. I want your granddad. I want your grandfather. I want you out of the house. I want her heartbroken. I want her confused. That's the oppressor. Read that verse again.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Do you not know that you are the temple of the Lord? Do you not know that? Golly. You got to know that. You got to know that. Temple of the Lord is clean. You understand? You think about God. What the first thing that come to your mind? Something that's just right. You understand? Something that's right. You ever walk in a place and just be like, that look right. You know what I'm saying? You walk in a place that's just right. You see a black man with his family, you be like, all right, right home, brother. What's happening, cat? You know what I'm saying? Does it give me 5 on the black side, brother? That's something that right. When you see a lesbian holding hands with their child in the middle, you confused. What in the world? Anybody ever had, y'all got animals, you ever had a dog? You had a dog before? And the dog will bark, right? Dog bark, woo, woo. And you bark back at the dog. What the dog do? Dog be like, I'll be like, what the hell? The hell you the dog be confused, Kawal. What in the world? That's how I be when I see them Transformers, Kawal. What in the world? Okay. Moving on. What verse we at? 18, 16?
Verse 16.
Read on, brother.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Mm-hmm. Dwelleth in you. Read on.
Verse 17. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
Go ahead. You are the temple. Don't destroy yourself. Don't defile. Don't become nasty to the vain imagination of the oppressor. Be natural. Don't become artificial. You understand? Read on.
Verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool.
If you think you smart, if you think you got it all together, that's your first mistake. You're heading on the wrong road. That's why you have to have brotherhood, have sisterhood, seek counsel. Because just because you think something is right, doesn't mean it is right. You understand? You can convince yourself that anything is right. I used to convince myself all the time, I'm going to finish this whole bottle by the end of the night. I'm going to have a good time. I convince myself every time I open a bottle, Kawal, I'm going to get to the bottom of this tonight. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time tonight. And by the end of the night, I was like, I ain't never do this again. Huh? You ever been like that? You convince yourself that this is a good thing to do. You convince yourself like, yeah, we're about to have a good time. And at the end of it, you start thinking like, what the hell was I thinking? Huh? Ain't that how it worked, Quadon? That's real life. And if you're not paying attention to that, you're defiling your temple. Right? Read on.
That he may be wise.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
The what?
The wisdom of this world
The wisdom of this world, read on,
is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
What does that mean, young man?
It's already been written that he takes the wise in their own craftiness. So they, to break it down, it's pretty much they have their
start from the top.
Oh. So for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. So all the wisdom that the world provides, of course.
So the question you have to ask is what wisdom does this world provide, and what world is it talking about? Go ahead. So what wisdom? So what are the things that people say that's in the world that they consider to be wise?
They don't need God.
They don't need God. What else?
I'm independent.
What else? Well, what are some of the things that you may have heard people say? I went out and I did what today?
Got drunk. They celebrate their birthday.
Right. I this day for who? For me. You ever hear people say, well, what them stickers that people get? Let them answer. What them stickers that people go out get? What is it? Early January? Is it February? Oh yeah. What them stickers that they go out and around by this certain time of year, people walk around, they had their chest stuck out and they had these stickers on their shirt. What that sticker say? What it late December? That when they started? And then they have the swearing in and all that stuff. Well, what do people say? I did what? What they say?
Voted.
I voted. In this world, people say make an informed decision about who you vote for. Right? Yeah, you ever hear that? Those who say did, and people who make an informed decision, they say what? You're wise. You're smart. You understand politicians. What does they say that's wise in the earth? Oh man, you know how to program that? All this technology that they think people are wise about, they be like, oh man, I ain't know you can do that. Oh man. So many people just be amazed by some of the things that's in this world. We look at it like, yeah, man, you got it going on. You're a great politician. Yeah, I voted. Yeah, I did my duty. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're not wise at all. You understand? You don't understand who you are, what the Lord says you are, because you believed in the lies that your Christian pastor has taught you. You believed in the religions of this world, right? What world? Talking about the earth. It's not talking about the world of Israel, because in here we make a clear distinction what's profitable, what the Most High said is natural, and what the oppressor said is what artificial. We know the difference. Right? Read that verse again.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
The wisdom of this world, knowing all the political systems and all those things are good to know, but don't mean you go to serving it. Don't you become a servant to the political system? And I.S.U.P.K, we teach all that. We understand the legislative branches, the executive branches, you know what I'm saying? The judicial branches of the government. We understand all those things, right? Don't mean I serve it. You understand? I don't mean I stand in there and be like, this is America. What the hell? You want me to be Captain America? How? Make it make sense. Read on.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Mm-hmm. He taketh the wise in his own craftiness. What does that mean?
He takes what pretty much thinking the way you want to think. That your wisdom is going to get you what you need.
Yes. Read it again. I'm gonna see if it clicked for you.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
It's okay. So he's wise based on what?
Based off the wisdom of this world.
The wisdom of this world, right? And that wisdom of this world, you think that you're what?
Wise.
Crafty.
Or crafty.
You understand? You thinking that you ever see somebody think they just have so much understanding about the banking system and the stock market, right?
God.
So many things that they think they understand. They just have, they just so proud and puffed up and lose everything. You know that oppressor that jumps out of the top of the building because the stock market goes under for a day and its entire inheritance goes out the damn window. All of them think that they so smart. All these Fortune 500 companies, these stocks and bonds that so many people had their entire life in. All these trusts that they done figured out. You know what the oppressor thought one day, Quadon? He go to the oppressor. He seen a meteor shower. He says, "Oh wow, something that falls from the sky and goes boom." Huh? And then what he say, Kawal? How can I? What can I create that fall out of the sky that go boom? Come on, sis. Chinese what? Yeah. All of that, right? The oppressor is thinking in his mind, how can he become a god? How can I make stuff fall out of the sky and destroy stuff, right? You know what? I'm going to create something and I'm going to call it a bomb. Huh? I'm going to create airplanes to fly like what? Birds. Once I create the planes, I'm going to try to go to what? The moon. I want to go out there where God is. I want to create a what? Space Force. Huh? But in doing so, you know what he's ultimately doing to himself? What is he doing to himself, young man Lamont? What is he doing? All these things that the oppressor is creating to fall out of the sky, to obliterate his enemies. What is he ultimately doing?
Creating his own demise.
He do what?
Creating his own demise.
You sure? Where you read that at?
It's being foolish.
No, you see it right there. It said, for it is written.
Yeah.
That's when you read it. You know what I'm saying? We read it in the Bible. Something that your Christian pastor that does not do and does not understand. But yet and still, we give him all of our damn money, and he's supposed to be the leader of our communities. How? Right? It's gonna be to his own demise. How do you know that? Because the Bible said it. And it's going to happen through what, Quadon? Thermal what?
Thermonuclear warfare.
Yeah. The Kowal say this all the time. You think the oppressor made them bombs just to look at them? Oh, this is nice hydrogen, O2 sensor, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You think he's just, these are so nice and shiny and painted? He want to use them. He feeds for destruction. He's the one that's want to decide to eradicate an entire species of people, an entire race of people. He's the one that decides, I want to get rid of all the gorilla monkeys over here. He's the one that decides, I want to get rid of all the buffalo. He's the artificial intelligence. The Lord is the real natural thing. And he's the one that brought us out of Egypt naturally. You understand? He did it naturally with frogs and locusts. Right. He did it naturally. The oppressor's in the kitchen right now. Let me get 2 hydrogen. Let me get 2 AUs, put it in here, stir it up. Like Pinky in the Brain. What do we try to do today, Pinky? How I go? How you say it? Try to take over the world. Ain't that what it is? And at the end of all of it, 2 dumb oppressors. You know, one of them really smart, right? In the trailer park trash is always following him around, messing it up. Yeah, that's the oppressor. Barney Fife and Andy Taylor, huh? That's them. Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead, the 3 Stooges. That's the oppressor. That's who he really is, Kawal. He's always trying to come up with a way to make sure that we are separated from one another as brothers and sisters. But at the end, it always backfires on him. Because the Lord is like, it's going to be to your own what, young man, Lamont?
Own craftiness.
And what's going to happen because of your own craftiness?
He's going to take it the wise in his own craftiness.
That's it. And
next verse. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
There you go. Y'all understand what's going on? That's why we have to be stronger in our brotherhood and our sisterhood. Because there's going to come a time when the things that the oppressor is trying to put together to destroy us, he's going to fail. The Lord is going to make sure that he fails. And when he fails, we can't be looking like a slave looking at his front porch at Master's house. Master, house on fire. Our house on fire. Come on, sis.
I just wanted to add that there is a scripture that describes him as, like, how do you say it when you want this boastful thinking?
Come, right.
And I believe the scripture, like how he said, we're poor, we don't have anything. We'll build anyway.
Yeah.
But God's gonna throw it down.
Yeah.
Like you just said. So.
Come on. The scripture said, the oppressor said, who shall bring me down? That's what we're dealing with. So, being the fact that we know who the Lord is, we know that the Lord is going to bring him down. So, you know what bringing him down looks like? This little telephone, it goes away. You understand? The Lord going to put what he wants us to have in the earth. And what we have to have is brotherhood and sisterhood, and understand that first. Not technology. You understand? Not politics. Not religion. It's obedience to what the Lord says, right? Keep his commandments and love your neighbor as you would. Huh? Ain't that what it say? But the oppressor had you believing in, I don't know, dragons and Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Comic-Con. That's it on that, young man.
Con on Con.
Most High Christ. He got it. Brother, let me get 1 Timothy 6:20, Baba Kusha. 1 Timothy 6:20. Everybody good? Got any questions, go on? Any comments? Anybody? Here, just check in. All right.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20.
Come on.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Break that down. Who's saying this first off? We got to understand this.
Timothy.
Is Timothy saying that? Timothy wouldn't say, "Oh, Timothy," would he?
No. Paul.
Okay, Paul is saying that, right?
Yeah.
So what is Paul saying to his brother?
Keep the trust and avoid unnecessary babbling, profane and vain babbling, and also oppositions of science.
Okay, so put that all into, I mean, a few words as possible. How would you explain this to a child? Because a child would be like, man, what are you talking about? Paul is writing a letter to who? Timothy, right? Which be, and you would say he was writing a letter to who? His brother, right? So, hey, this brother was writing a letter to what? Another brother, right? And he's expressing his concerns and things he should look out for, right? Read it again.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Right. So now we know this, that Paul is writing this to Timothy. He said, keep that which is committed to thy trust. What would that be? What I know that's some nice writing there, Kawhi. That's some really nice writing. Keep thou which is committed to thy trust. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anybody take a crack at it? How do you commit to something? How do you commit to something?
So like I said, it's the definition of commit. It says pledge or bind to a certain course or policy.
To a certain what?
Course or policy.
So what is the course that Paul wants Timothy to stay on? Come on, sis. Keeping the law, which is what? Knowing the what? Knowing the truth. You can trust the truth. You tell me you can't trust the truth? You can trust the truth, can't you? Everybody, just tell me the truth. I can trust the damn truth. You can't commit to a lie. It always going to do what? Fall apart. Don't everybody know that? Everybody knows at some point a lie is going to fall apart. But you can commit to what? The truth. And if it's the truth, you can do what? You can trust it. Oh, Timothy, brother, thou brother, keep that what is truth. No, stay steadfast to what you know to be true and what? Trust it, right? These are brothers talking. Highly eloquent brothers, I must admit. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Right? That's what he's saying in the first part, right? Read on. Avoid. What did it say?
Avoiding profane and vain babblings.
All right. So avoid profane and what?
Vain babblings.
So what is that? So what is profane? How do we understand profane? So we saying, brother, believe in, keep the truth, trust in the truth, avoid this though, right? So what is profane, Baba Kusha?
Profane is relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical.
Uh-oh. He's being a what to him, Quadon?
So like I said, a brother.
A brother. That what a brother say, hey, avoid. Hey, don't go down there acting a fool now. don't go down there cutting up now. Avoid. What is he supposed to avoid, Quadon?
Vain babblers and oppositions.
So what would be vain babbling? So what's babbling then?
Like I said,
come on,
like you running your damn mouth.
Yeah.
Or if I say Jesus, 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 that's vain babbling.
And it's all based on what your vain. What word we used earlier? Come on, sis. Come on, you got it. Hold on, who got it?
Imagination.
Yeah, yeah. Give yourselves a hand. Most High in Christ, right? So we got to learn. This brother is being a brother to him and saying you need to avoid the profane and avoid what? The babbling, because it's all based on your vain what? Imagination. Just my imagination running away with me. That's what your imagination gonna do, ain't it, Kawal? It's gonna run away. Don't run away with your goddamn imagination. You better commit to what you trust in, to what that is what? The truth. Don't be running off. Don't run off. That's what the oppressor does, Kawal. He run off. I'm going to be like God. And then what he say? Who shall bring me down? Okay. We know how this ends, Kawal. Mm-hmm. Now, I trust in what is truth. You understand? I trust it. I know it. I'm not running away with my imagination. You know.
And oppositions of science falsely so called.
So what does that mean? What is opposition?
Resistance or dissent.
How did he know I was going to say that, Kawal? You've been here for a couple months now. Hey, you know I'm gonna say what's the definition, right? That's the truth. Give him a hand. You understand? That's what this is. Now he know. Now we all know. That's something I can trust in now. I know how to go look for something I want to understand what it is I'm reading here. I know how to talk to the priests and prophets of the Lord. Let me study. Let me. And the only way you're going to really buy into it, you got to trust this thing that we call the truth. There's a lot of things you can't see when it comes to this truth. You got to trust it. You tell your mama, yeah, I believe my husband have more than one wife, and there's a black man coming back on spaceship. They're going to crack the sky with angels and kill everybody that's not doing. You're going to be like, you are crazy. They're going to say, you crazy. Everybody going to say, you lost your mind. Huh? But you better trust in it. Because if you look at this artificial world, you see the things that we used to put our trust in, they're not working for us. It's not happening the way you thought it would happen, did you? You thought you gonna grow old with her and y'all gonna have babies and be in love and hold hands and go on vacations and be in Niagara Falls and go to Punta Cana. And I saying that right? Punta Cana and sip on white Hennessy and go on cruise ships and hold hands and sing Jodeci. They ain't how it ended up, is it? Hell no. But the truth is, it don't matter how it ended up. Y'all together. That's the truth. Trust in that. I don't know why I'm with Jerry. He makes me sick. These Jerry curls all on my damn pillow. He come in here smelling like oil. I don't know why the Lord sent me this man. I can't stand him. Ooh, just make me sick, Ecuador. Can't stand you. I don't leave you today. But I can't. Gotta stay right here with your Jerry curl activator smelling like, yeah. And somewhere in all that, believe it or not, somewhere in all that, that's a thing when you probably look at each other and say, you know what? The Lord said we're going to do this thing. Somewhere. You understand? Somewhere in all of it. And it's just like our lives as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how much I had an uncle that was decimated by drug abuse, man. Man had about 5 heart attacks. Come back to life and he'd go right back to the crack house. But I knew somewhere in there, my uncle was still in there. You understand? Somewhere. So I didn't treat him, even though he was out there, he's still my blood. You understand what I'm saying? Somewhere in there, it was some truth in there. That's how this thing had to be with our brothers and our sisters. I know it looked dark. You know what I'm saying? I know you hate it. Like, oh, why can't you just do like everybody else and just fall in line? That ain't how it meant to be all the time, is it, Cole? What's the point of that? What would be the test in that if everybody did whatever the hell that you want to do all the time? God damn. What would be the point in that? The goal is to be able to say, you know what? I can suffer. I can suffer for my brother, man. I can suffer for my sister. And I don't mean nobody putting their hands on you. I ain't talking about that type of thing. They'd be like, you know what? It's all right. It's all right. Y'all did what I'm saying? That's brotherhood. That's sisterhood. And it's the reason why Commander General Hunter sent us out on missions on the Sabbath to go get our people when nobody else will. To feed our people when nobody else will. Because everybody else looks at them and say, you know what? They ain't even worth it. How many brothers came into school that used to get high every damn day? How many brothers in here came into school that used to sell dope? How many brothers came into the school that used to be in prison? How many sisters that came into the school that changed their lives? It can happen. If it happened to you, Kodam, guess who can happen to? The next nigga. Why I can't? Why not him? Why the Lord say, Kodam, I know he look like Kodam, but clean him up. You know what I'm saying? I know what she looks like. I know. Clean her up. Clean her up. Take on that task. Because your Christian pastor not even paying attention to her. If she ain't put $1 in that collection plate, oh, Sister Shirley. We ain't see you in service this Sunday, right? What is that? Yeah, we missed you. Yeah, that's that. We better than that. You understand? Read that verse again. Damn, time rolling, ain't it? Salaki.
And oppositions of science, falsely so called.
So what is it saying? Opposition to science. What was opposition again?
Resistance.
A resistance to go ahead.
Of science, falsely so called.
What does that mean?
Go against science.
Do what now?
To resist the teachings of science.
What's the so-called part?
What they label as it being science.
Right. The thing that they tell you that is science, which is what? Immaculate conception. Huh? The Easter egg bunny. What you about to say? Yeah, the bottling gland. So-called science. See, the Lord didn't really separate the Red Sea. What had happened was there was a titanic plate shift at the time when the children of Israel was marching across the Red Sea, and that's what? So-called. There's no way that the Lord drowned all the Egyptians in the Red Sea. But when they went and looked in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or two atoms coming together that created the earth.
The Big Bang Theory. Oh. The giants the angels came down and slept with the women on the earth, and they gave Hermes, Hercules, and Parasites, and yeah. Come on, what you about to say?
Flat earthers.
The flat earthers. Paul was telling his brother, man, look out for that dumb crap. Look out for it. Look out for all the babbling, all the vain imaginations, all the so-called science, all the lies. Look out for them, brother. That's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We are what, Quadon? The
truth.
We are we doing what to the covert operations?
Oh, whistleblowers.
We are the whistleblowers. We gotta get on this mic, say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We got to come over the intercom at Walmart. Now they come up, The store closes in 5 minutes. Please make your final purchases and make your way to the checkout. That's how we got to be with this truth. You understand? Brother, love one another. Sister, that's how we. But if ain't nobody saying nothing, people just aimlessly wandering around. They following their own what? Vain imagination. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody calling out the oppressor for what he is and what he does. Nobody. But I.S.U.P.K, that's what we do. That is our job. And if you happen to want to do this job, it's going to take work. And it's not easy. But if it was easy, everybody would do it. And when nobody want to do it. You understand? That it on that? All right. All right. We got any questions about anything we went over tonight for his brotherhood? Anything we talked about in the scriptures tonight? Everybody to all right. So with that being said, don't forget, it's going down. Starting the 28th? The 29th of Salakia. The 29th, we'll be having the 29th of March, end of the month. We're gonna have the lamb slaughter at A1 Custom Meats. Starting that morning, we're gonna rock out. And we're gonna have later on at night. It got the King's Bowl. We're gonna go bowling with the family. I think people want to go out to get a couple restaurants and get stuff to eat. We're gonna double back that Thursday. That Thursday morning is the Black Wall Street tour. Reserve your tickets. If not, go to the North Carolina page, the Durham Fayetteville page. I think all that information is posted. The itinerary is posted of the events that we're doing for the Passover. So, and later on at night, we're doing an all-black concert. It's all black party. You know what I'm saying? Come dressed to impress from head to toe. You understand? Come on.
Is it expected that we wear everything black? I mean, okay, so as long as it's basically black.
God. Yeah. All right. Most High in Christ. All right. And then we're gonna double back that Friday. The children party is going from 10 to 2 that morning. They're gonna have an arcade, they got a putt golf, they got a reptile petting zoo, they got a mobile gaming trailer. So bring your children out. Got something for the kid. RSVP is also on the Fayetteville page. So if y'all listening, y'all want to know more about the events, come on, sis. The lamb slaughter is on that Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's in Clayton. It actually is close. It may be like about 40 minutes. Yeah, Clayton is before we actually get to Raleigh, matter of fact.
Every year I take vacation for the Passover.
Most High in Christ. Yeah, so we should be in there. We should be rolling. You know what I'm saying? And then that Friday evening, General Hyman will be doing the scripture breakdown class. And we'll have a jazz band, the what is his name? The Reggie Bowie Project. The Reggie Bowie Project. Officer Abraham will be getting down on the drum set. We'll be playing live jazz. You know what I'm saying? We doing all this in the spirit of the Lord, man. And then we come right back that Saturday and we celebrating what? The Passover, man. Get a Lord a hand, man. We got that Passover, and then that Sunday we had a Feast of Unleavened Bread. So we have a action-packed week laid out for our brothers and our sisters that coming into this world, coming out of the world, you know what I'm saying, and the brothers who support this truth. You understand? If you're not reserved your hotel room, please do so. All the information for the hotel rooms and everything else, get with your camp leader. It's not too late, but do not be slothful. You understand? Don't be slothful and don't be a procrastinator. Try to get these things done. And we're gonna lock into it, man. All right. And we thank the Lord that He allowing us to host, the 54th Passover here in Raleigh, North Carolina, man. So that's a lot of work, but it's also an honor to have brothers come into our zone so we can take care of our brothers. All right. All right. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to the priest, prophet of the Lord, Kwadam YAHANNA, my son in Christ.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K operating under Commander Johnny YAHANNA. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every, so like a 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we just named it, man. 54th annual Passover, man. Hosted by yours truly, Commander Junior YAHANNA, man. It says, remind all brothers and sisters, to check the bulletin board as far as, watching the Black Watch, Salakia. America on Fire, Chain Breakers, Ask Kitty Prophets, Cross the Line Radio. You understand? We got so many things, man, that we, continue pushing this truth, man. If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, I imagine. Men stand, sisters stay seated, Baba Kashan. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mab Shabbat, Imagine, Barak. Yahya Matah, Sar. Sisters, I imagine, Baba Kashan, men and stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mab Shabbat, Imagine, Barak. Yahya Matah, class dismissed.
Sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time sending curses to them enemies.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
Right where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretched the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me make you picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stole that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gonna run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but they quit. question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit life. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back.